Okay, we're talking about impressing your teammates. As promised, we're going to impress your teammates. And there's a running theme here. It's easy. This is easy. This is so easy. It's all easy to be impressive to your teammates because there's just a way to show up in a way that makes people think like, wow, how is he doing that? And it just takes a little thought ahead of time and some action, a plan, thought, a plan, action. You got a plan, you're going to take some action. So I mentioned this before. You want to hit hard, you want to go hard, you want to hit people hard. This is football. If you don't want to hit people hard, you probably should not be playing football. You want to hit people hard. Maybe sometimes you don't hit them as hard, but like you want to start to set the tone. Like you ever heard that? Setting the tone. I want to set the tone. I want to establish. It's like people joke around about, prison. I've talked about prison a second time now. I've never been to prison. I never will. But like they talk about prison, like you want to go out there, you want to find the biggest guy, and you want to hit him as hard as you can. You want to set the tone. You want people to know that like you're showing up with everything. And if they're going to mess with you, they're going to feel some pain. All right. It's not about like talking like tough. It's about like showing it. So hit people hard is a way to show that you're tough. And you're going to get hit hard. When you get hit hard, you get up quick. Like that guy from Florida that hit me and had my ears ringing, I got up quick. I impressed him. Okay. Wait a minute. We don't want that. Okay. Technical difficulties. All right. So you want to hit people hard. You want to get up quick. When you get hit hard, do the extra reps. Like you want to be the last guy, first guy in the weight room, last guy out. You want to do the extra reps. We mentioned ChatGPT. Hey, help me with agility drills on the football field after practice. You're doing skills work on the field. You're throwing balls. You're catching balls off the jugs machine. If you're a punt returner, you're catching like balls off the jugs machine on punt return. You're getting extra work in, and your coaches are going to be impressed by this, but also your teammates are going to be impressed by this, and they're going to gravitate toward you. They're going to be like, wow, I'm impressed by this dude. Like, I want to be near him. I want to like learn from him. I want to be associated with him because I am impressed by what he's doing. He's doing more than what's asked of him. And he's not doing it in a way where it's like, coach, look at me. Don't do that. Like, don't do that. Like you trying to get attention. You just do the stuff without any expectation that anyone says, good job. Do not do extra and then look around for someone to notice you. That's super weird. That's weird, and no one likes that. That's not cool. Impressive people are not looking for credit. Credit just comes to them because they're just doing the things that make them impressive. They're not doing it for everyone else. They're doing it for themselves. So if you're doing this if you're impressing teammates, but really you're doing this to impress yourself. So guess what? You're pleased with you. And as a result of you being pleased with you, you're not worried about what people are thinking. You're not doing it from them, so you're not looking for credit. All right. You want to go so hard that your teammates tell you how much they hate going against you. So I mentioned this a little bit before with my teammates in high school. They told me like, I can't stand going against you. Like, but like, please keep it going because, we need that. We need that to get better for game day. And to be quite honest, that's what you want your opponents to feel on game day. If you're not practicing behaviors that's going to make your opponent on game day feel like, oh, why won't this guy go away? If you're not doing that in practice, you won't do it on game day. Or if you do it on game day, it'll be inconsistent. And like one of my favorite examples of this was when I was with the Miami Dolphins, rookie year. It's like I'm playing with house money, which for the younger people, it means I don't belong here. Like everything I have, it's like a gift. So I'm just investing it all. I'm just putting it all. I'm like doubling down. I'm pouring it all in. It's like, what have I got to lose? Like what have I got to lose? Like no one expected me to be here. So what do I have to lose? I'm going to put it all in. And so this is back when fullbacks were like really a thing. And the fullback was the guy who stood in front of the running back. So usually they call it tailback. Now they call it halfback. So a fullback was the guy behind the quarterback. So you have the center, then you got the quarterback, then you got the fullback, and then you got the tailback, or now the running back or the halfback. The fullback was a bruiser. I mean, the dude's like 250 pounds. Some of these guys are 270. Dion Dyer was our fullback, and I think he was at least 250. So we were about the same weight, but he was way more muscular, shorter, kind of like my friend in high school, Adrian Barnes. And he hit very hard, like, oh, so hard. I'm going to give you an example of how hard this guy hit. I've never seen anything like this in my life. I didn't even know it was possible. So Dion Dyer went hard at everything he did. And he was on, I think it was kickoff team. Yeah. We'll say kickoff team, punt team, it doesn't matter. We're kicking the ball, and he's basically playing defense as a fullback. So he's going down to tackle the kick returner or punt returner. And I'll never forget this. It was, we were playing the Colts. So with the Dolphins playing the Colts, and Dion Dyer runs down the field, and the returner should have done a fair catch. So I think it was a punt. Yeah. Should have done a fair catch. It was a punt. He did not. And he was a rookie. We were like this. We played football together at Kentucky. So we were teammates, and then now we're opponents. He did not signal for a fair catch. He caught the ball, and immediately after he caught the ball, Dion Dyer hit him dead in his chest. And flattened him. And it was like, is he still alive? And it turned out that he hit him so hard in his chest that he broke his back. I mean, it wasn't like wheelchair bound for the rest of his life, but it was like, you're done for the season. Your back is broken. Like you have a fracture in your back from such a violent impact to your chest. Crazy. So I had to go up against that guy in practice every day. Okay. Yeah. And I was like, well, if I have to go against this guy who hits like a Mack truck, I may as well hit him the same way. And we had like epic collisions in practice every single day. Every time. And I'm on scout team, servicing the offense. And it's just crazy collisions. And people were like, oh, gee, man, why don't you slow down? Like, be easy, calm down. Like, it's not all that. Like, serious, like, relax. Like, you made the team. I'm like, bro, I'm on the team, but I need to stay on the team. It's not just make the team. It's make the team and then, like, get playing time. Like, because I'm not suiting out on game day. Like, I'm on the 53-man roster, but I'm not suiting out. I want to play. So I need to show if I can take Dion Dyer, who I think is the hardest hitting guy on this whole team, then like y'all are going to take notice. And people took notice. They were like, this guy is nuts. Dion Dyer came up to me every time guys were telling me to slow it down. Dion, I keep saying his first and last name, Dion Dyer. I just like saying Dion Dyer. What a cool name. Dion's coming up to me. He's like, don't listen to them, bro. Like, you keep doing what you're doing. Like, mad respect. I don't even know how you're doing this. I've never been hit like this by anybody in my life. For him to say no one has hit him like that in his life and keep it going, what a compliment. I'm not here for the applause. I'm not trying to impress Dion Dyer. I'm just trying to impress myself. How long can I make this dream continue? But to hear that guy who broke someone's back by hitting him in his chest say, I've never been hit like this, keep going, man. That's what you want. That's how you earn respect from your teammates. We're talking about impressing your teammates, but it's about earning respect. So I'm not saying like earn respect because that is so mushy. Impress. If you want respect from people, then you must impress them, and you must do it by impressing yourself. So there's that. You want to improve and just share what's working for you with your teammates. Like there was a guy in high school that, I mean, his abs were just like, I was like, yo, how do you do that? And he was like, oh yeah, it's this. And he was showing me his oblique workout. He was basically doing like holding like heavy dumbbells, and then he would he would like raise up his shoulder, and he's bending over. And as a result of that, this man had like, it was like plow, 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 plow. And I'm like, okay. So I was doing that. It worked. You want to impress your teammates, get good at saying no. I mentioned before, like that lame guy. You're not lame. Oh, I'm not going to the party. I'm not going to skip. I'm not going to do those drugs. I'm not drinking this alcohol. I'm not doing all these things. When you get good at saying no, these guys, they take notice. They're like, yo, this dude is like a machine. He's focused. He might be a little corny. He might be a little lame. He might be, but like, he's not judging us. He's just saying, yo, if that's for you, cool, ain't for me. Now, eventually you'll get to the point where you're a leader and they look to you, and then you can say, don't do that. No, don't do that. That's not what we're doing here. You can't do that yet. You got to earn the right to do that. You got to earn that respect. So, but it starts by saying no. Saying no. You want to take smart risks. Smart risks are like, so much of this I relate to like defense because I play defense, but a smart risk is cutting under the route to jump in the route to like go for the interception. You might miss it. You might be wrong. You might get burned. Or, shooting a gap on at D line. It's like you're supposed to be in the B gap, but like there's a tell, and you can tell they're going to run the ball, like where you can tell like the guard is going to like go one way and the center is going to like go another way. And so if you shoot, instead of staying in the B gap, you shoot the A gap, it's going to be open. And if you're fast enough, you can get to the ball carrier before he even knows you're there, like right when the ball gets in his hand. That's a smart risk. It might not, it's going to look bad if you miss it, but you can say, coach can be like, hey, yo, what were you doing here? And you can say, coach, I saw something based on the film and the game plan, and I just decided to take a smart risk. Sorry, but I felt like he was showing me something, and I thought I could get a tackle for a loss, and it worked out. And the coach is gonna be like, yo, be careful about that, but good job. Like everyone's gonna notice those things. Like, man, this guy, But another thing, like a smart risk. This is a different kind of smart risk. But pulling up a seat next to the hot girl and just starting a conversation. Smart risk. Why is that a smart risk? Because most people are too afraid to talk to the hot girl. They think that, oh, she's too good for me. And so the competition is just thin. It's a bunch of guys who think that they're like hot stuff and might not necessarily treat her with the respect she deserves. And then a bunch of guys who would love to, but they're too afraid. So they're not even like on the playing field. And then there's you, who's respectful, kind, decent, and not afraid to get rejected publicly. So you start a conversation and you're just trying to get to know her. It's just asking her questions about herself. And then she's like, wow, this guy's a smart guy. Smart risk. Take them. Oh, hey, here's a parent's tip. I got a parent's tip here. My notes suggest that there's a parent's tip. The parent's tip here is you can engineer opportunities for your son to impress his teammates by opening up your home. So you can host a guy's gaming night or something like that. It doesn't have to be a sleepover, but like a night where guys are just coming together to just hang out, play games, eat some pizza, eat some garbage food, have a good time. Because Why? Because people like people who create dope experiences. If your home is the place where you've got awesome parents who are not like permissive and letting you drink, because that's not cool and illegal, but like you've got awesome parents who create space for the kids to just get together and have a good time. Some of y'all are probably already doing that. You're like, yeah, I already know, duh. But like some of you aren't, and maybe you're worried about like the way your home looks or whatever. But like if you open your home and you create like a great experience and make people feel comfortable and welcomed, they're not going to be like, maybe someone makes fun of like your house and maybe they say, oh, it looks like they don't have much money, but who cares? Because you're creating experiences and that's what people value. So do that. Also, it's going to teach your son how to be a great host. So in life, being a great host is just a major key. So if you're not a good host, parent, start practicing being a good host. Maybe you start small by inviting a couple of friends over to make dinner. But like, you know, host, open your doors. Like your home is not there just for your own benefit. Our homes are there to like connect with people. That's where we get comfortable and get to know one another. So host, be a host, teach that stuff. And then, when you're hosting, eventually at some point, leave them alone. Just leave them alone. Let them have their fun. Okay, that's it. That was long. Longer than I thought it would be, but very important. So here we go. We're going to keep it moving.